Gwen Stefani's youngest son runs to hug Blake Shelton in heartwarming video. The voice coach celebrated Father's Day 2024 with the sweetest Instagram post featuring her kids Apollo, Zuma, and Kingston. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Gwen Stefani loves sharing glimpses at her family life on Instagram. Fans of the returning voice coach were treated to a super sweet homage to her oldest son, Kingston, on his 18th birthday. And now, in honor of Father's Day 2024, Stefani is at it again in the very best way. On June 16, Stefani posted another heartfelt video montage in honor of her husband, Blake Shelton. Set to their duet, Happy Anywhere, the Instagram clip showcased how integral Shelton is to the family, and it especially highlighted his wonderful relationship with her three sons. Our favorite part was two throwback clips of her youngest, 10-year-old Apollo, embracing his stepdad. Stefani also has 15-year-old Zuma. In one video, he sweetly envelopes him in one of the biggest hugs, and in the other, Apollo runs to greet Shelton as he was dressed up like the Easter Bunny. "And a very happy Father's Day to Blake Shelton, we love you so much," she captioned. We think the word love doesn't do enough justice. The kids are over the moon obsessed with Shelton, and it's clear the 9-time voice winner feels the same. Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton together are a perfect match. We can't get enough of these candid videos that have become a hallmark of Stefani and Shelton's nearly 10-year relationship. Whether Stefani is swooning over a sold-out Nashville crowd chanting her husband's name, or putting their relationship into proper perspective in honor of Valentine's Day, the love between these two musical powerhouses is genuinely something to behold. Adding a stepfather to the mix can be challenging for any mom, and her kids, for that matter. But Shelton has not only stepped up to the plate, he's routinely knocked the ball out of the park. In a 2023 sit-down with Access Hollywood, Shelton admitted that he loves making his stepkids a priority, especially since leaving The Voice after season 23. "I think being a stepdad has changed my perspective in that I'm not the first person that I think about anymore," Shelton confessed. "Even to the small little things when you go, I think I'll do this. The very next thought is always, well, wait a minute. How's that going to work? Or, what will they think? Or how will that affect a schedule? I think the only way for me to really do that right is to step away from being committed to something like The Voice that demands a lot of your time." "There's no way around it," he explained. "If you're going to do it, and do it right, you have to be 150% in. And I just feel like those days are behind me for now. I got a more important job." Gwen Stefani's life had taken many unexpected turns, but perhaps none as surprising and heartwarming as her relationship with Blake Shelton. After meeting on The Voice, their bond had grown from friendship to romance, and now they were a blended family. Gwen's three sons, Kingston, Zuma, and Apollo, had gradually come to know and love Blake. Of the three boys, the youngest, Apollo, had developed an especially close bond with Blake. Blake had a natural charm and a way with kids that made him endearing to Gwen's sons. He was patient, playful, and always willing to lend a helping hand. For Apollo, Blake quickly became a favorite. The little boy was drawn to Blake's larger-than-life personality and his genuine kindness. The day Apollo first called Blake Dad was a milestone that neither Gwen nor Blake would ever forget. It happened during a family barbecue at Blake's Oklahoma ranch. Apollo had been playing with Blake all afternoon, their laughter echoing through the open fields. As the sun set and everyone gathered around the fire pit, Apollo climbed into Blake's lap and snuggled close. "Dad, can you tell me a story?" Apollo asked innocently, his eyes wide and trusting. Blake's heart swelled with emotion, and he glanced at Gwen, who was wiping away happy tears. "Of course, buddy," Blake replied, his voice thick with emotion. He launched into a funny story about a mischievous raccoon on the ranch, his deep voice captivating Apollo and the other boys. It was a small moment, but it solidified the bond between Blake and Apollo, marking the beginning of a beautiful relationship. Life in the Stefani Shelton household was filled with music, laughter, and love. Gwen and Blake were dedicated to creating a nurturing environment for the boys, ensuring they felt secure and cherished. They balanced their busy careers with family time, always making sure to be present for the important moments in their sons' lives. One such moment was captured on video by Gwen during a particularly special afternoon. It was a lazy Sunday, and the family had decided to spend the day at the park. Blake had promised to teach Apollo how to fish, and the little boy was brimming with excitement. As they arrived at the park, Gwen began filming on her phone. She captured Blake and Apollo walking hand in hand towards the lake, their silhouettes framed by the golden afternoon sun. Kingston and Zuma were already ahead, running and playing by the water's edge. Blake knelt down to help Apollo cast his fishing line, patiently explaining the process in a way that made it sound like an adventure. Gwen watched with a smile as Apollo listened intently, his little face scrunched up in concentration. Blake's voice was gentle and encouraging, making Apollo feel confident and capable. After a few attempts, Apollo finally managed to cast his line successfully. He looked up at Blake, his eyes shining with pride and happiness. "I did it, Dad," he exclaimed, throwing his arms around Blake in a spontaneous hug. Blake hugged him back, lifting him off the ground and spinning him around, both of them laughing joyfully. Gwen's heart melted as she continued to film the tender moment. She knew how much it meant to Apollo to have Blake in his life, and seeing the bond between them grow stronger filled her with gratitude and love. Later that evening, she posted the video on her social media, captioning it with a simple but heartfelt message: "My boys." The video of Apollo running to hug Blake quickly went viral, touching the hearts of fans around the world. People were moved by the genuine affection and love that radiated from the clip, and the response was overwhelmingly positive. Messages of support and admiration poured in, with many people sharing their own stories of blended families and the bonds they had formed. Blake and Gwen were both touched by the outpouring of love. They had always been open about their relationship and the importance of family, but the video seemed to resonate on a deeper level. It showcased the simple, yet profound, moments that defined their lives and the joy they found in being together. In interviews, Blake spoke candidly about his role in Gwen's sons' lives. "I'm just trying to be the best stepdad I can be," he said. "Those boys mean the world to me, and I'm grateful every day to be a part of their lives." Apollo's hug in that video, "It was one of the best moments of my life." Gwen, too, shared her thoughts on their blended family. "Blake has brought so much love and stability into our lives," she said. "He's an amazing partner and an incredible father figure to my boys. Seeing Apollo run to him like that, it just shows how much they love and trust him." The video and the subsequent interviews highlighted the beauty of their unconventional family, inspiring others to embrace love and connection regardless of the circumstances. As time went on, Blake and Gwen continued to build their life together, creating a home filled with love and laughter. Blake's ranch in Oklahoma became a cherished retreat for the family, a place where they could escape the pressures of fame and enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Blake and Gwen made it a point to include the boys in everything they did, from music projects to everyday activities. They wanted Kingston, Zuma, and Apollo to feel valued and involved, and they succeeded in creating a strong, united family unit. One summer, they decided to embark on a cross-country road trip, visiting national parks and landmarks along the way. The boys were excited about the adventure, and Blake and Gwen were thrilled to create lasting memories together. The trip was a whirlwind of fun and exploration. They hiked through lush forests, camped under star-filled skies, and visited iconic sites like the Grand Canyon and Yellowstone National Park. Blake taught the boys how to fish, build campfires, and navigate the wilderness, while Gwen shared her love of music and art with them. One evening, as they sat around a campfire, Apollo snuggled up to Blake and asked, "Can you tell me a story, Dad?" Blake smiled and wrapped his arm around the little boy, launching into a tale about a cowboy who traveled the country with his family, seeking adventure and finding love along the way. Gwen watched the scene with a contented heart, feeling grateful for the life they had built together. She knew that their journey as a family was just beginning, and she was excited to see what the future held. The love between Blake and Gwen had grown stronger with each passing day, and they decided it was time to make their commitment official. Their wedding was a highly anticipated event, and they wanted to ensure that it was a reflection of their unique love story and the family they had created. They chose to have the wedding at Blake's Ranch, surrounded by the natural beauty that had become a symbol of their life together. The ceremony was intimate and heartfelt, with close friends and family gathered.